So the journey for me started on this in January 23, where I was working partly with our materials business and had an opportunity to visit a few quarries in the northeast. And as I walked around, probably as somebody who's more on the surfacing side than the quarrying side, there were bits that probably just jumped out at me. I thought, that looks quite good, or do you do that all the time here? The problem we had, that there were some good ideas in the business but weren't being shared, either through people not believing they were good ideas, didn't have a way of sharing them, or maybe just thought they weren't worth sharing. So the quick win really has been to try and harness those very little one-liners as very quick, simple points, and try and put them in a way that could be shared succinctly in an easy to read and look at format. So we decided the best way to do it was a sort of PowerPoint slide deck, so that's very easy for people to access digitally, as most things are done these days, be it showing at a meeting, a team briefing, or it's very easy then to print out, to pin on a notice board. Our more transient surfacing teams who generally travel to work don't come to a fixed site or office. It could be done by the supervisor or the foreman, and just done at the curbside really. Go through that on a morning as part of the daily briefing. This is the slide deck that we've been sent. Most of the slide deck has very few words in it, just shows where the submission has come from and a one-liner on what the win is, and then that allows people's perhaps imagination or to take that and develop that. It's no hard and fast way of taking that, oh that looks a good idea, or that handle, that bit of technology, that site setup might just work here. So another example probably is a great win and where this project can go is one of our key supply chain partners who works across several parts of our business, has been investing money in new road sweepers. We have traditionally fitted reversing aids and sensors equipment, safety equipment to the rear of the vehicle. They've come forward with an enhanced system to fit to the front of the vehicle to offer the same level of protection when the vehicle's travelling forward. And that's great to see your supply chain wanting to take best practice and technology and invest for safety and to be part of our business. It was highlighted to us from a transport provider about one of our new deadweight rollers that we've introduced across the business. Climbing in and out was quite hard, and could we fit a simple handle below the cab? One of the low loader drivers engaged with our foreman fitter. They came up with a very simple design that was very easy to install, and we've installed several on the plant that we see here in the yard today. A challenge that we've had across the business recently is canopy pins, the metal pins that hold the canopy up on larger pavers, were not being put in always by the transport provider, or one was being put in, not the pair, and sometimes that was being found on site they weren't in. After discussion, the transport manager and the fitter decided, well, why don't we just paint them like we would a guard in a quarry? And the idea is that they're just visible to the supervisor if they're not in, but hopefully also to the low loader driver, the paver driver, walk past those, just jump out, they need to be in. At the moment we're doing it bi-monthly just to reflect the amount of submissions that we've got. Rather than send a thin deck out, we're trying to get a balance between quality and quantity so it's not over-facing, but reflects some from the ready mix, the concrete and the pave side of the business, so it feels of interest to all and has relevance to all, and hopefully sparks that wider discussion.